Okay, all right. So by now you've watched the first season and you know all there is to know about Will Trent, how it started, and where we are now. But if you want a little refresher with very little episodic details, you can watch the video at the top of the page in the right-hand corner first. And then make sure you meet us right back here at this video for season 2, episode 1 recap. Okay, so we open up season 2, episode 1 with Will Trent, the star of the show. He's trying to manage the information that he's just received in the end of the last season about his mother, Miss Lucy Morales. So he's trying his best to find ways to bond with this woman that he never met and felt like he was missing all of his life, but never knew it. He's beginning to take Spanish classes because he found out his mom is from Puerto Rico, and he's just trying to connect with someone somewhere because, other than Betty, he lives a very, very lonely life. That is until this episode, we meet this beautiful, gorgeous woman of color with beautiful skin. Her name is Cricket. Hey, Cricket. Now, I was hopeful, very hopeful that Will would find love in a hopeless place with Miss Cricket, especially, since he and Angie are just toxic, too toxic for one another. Plus, Angie's still healing from the capturing and the beating from the psycho last season. But even with all of her bruises, that did not stop Miss Angie from hooking up with the doctor. Okay, Ange. Now, moving on to another castmate and their love life, Michael Ormwood. Seems like his love life is on the fritz. He and his wife are separated. I'm not sure why. I don't think I remember that from season 1, but I'm sure they will fill us in. And she alluded to the fact that, yes, she is seeing someone else, has already moved on. We do not know who that person is. They kind of put us on pause with this episode, but she did say to Michael that they would talk about it soon. So put a pin in that, and we'll cover it when they expose it in the next few episodes. Now, as far as love life for Miss Faith over here, things are looking up for her. She's found herself lucky in love with Luke. Okay, maybe it's not love, maybe it's lucky in lust with Luke. Either way, she's getting hers. So go ahead, Faith, with your bad self. Moving on to the plot of this particular episode. We start with a nice neighborhood, the area where all the homes look alike and even all the neighbors drive similar looking vehicles. That's how one neighbor was wrongly mistaken for another neighbor and found himself unalived by a car bomb. A lot of bombs going on in this episode. Now, the intended target, he reveals that he has been paying $5,000 a month to some unidentified people who have been threatening to kill his son if he didn't pay up. His son is in prison. Now, those same people also targeted another woman whose brother is incarcerated in that same prison, and they were extorting her for money too, $3,000. They even put a bomb under her car. Now, when Will and his team find out about it, of course, they try to save this young lady, and Miss Cricket comes to the rescue and defuses the bomb. This woman informs Will that she has been in contact with other people who have family members in this same prison. They're all a part of some family prison support group going on. Meanwhile, we do find out new information on the suspects, identified as 2 white Russian men with some missing fingers and a lot of C4 to blow up a lot of places. Now, Will and his crew, they went searching for these family members they just found out about from that family support group, thinking, they may be the next targets. And guess what? They were right. Turns out there was indeed a bomb in one of the women's vehicles planted under the car. Now, because this particular woman had a multitude of unpaid parking tickets on that car, guess where it was? Right there at the precinct, in the impound lot right there. So that caused a frenzy in the building. Everyone scurried to get out of the building, evacuated before the building went kaboom as quickly as possible. Now, Will Trent and Rescue Cricket, they head down to the scene, the impound lot, to find the vehicle so she can again defuse the bomb. Now, meanwhile, Michael, his son, is with him at the precinct at this time, somewhere off in a dark corner where he's supposed to be doing homework. Of course, he's not, though. And Michael is frantic, as of course you would imagine for a parent during the situation. Eventually, he locates his son curled up in a fetal position somewhere in one of those offices. Now, they take a moment while all of this is going on to share a quick embrace. I was yelling at the TV, right? Like, we don't have time for this. There's a bomb in the building. Y'all can hug it out when you get to safety. Now, speaking of safety, damn, Cricket. Oh, Cricket. She went out like a champion, ensuring that everyone else, especially Will, was safe before she was unalived. Now, Will hasn't stopped to breathe, to grieve her death at all. No, he's just going to take a licking and keep on ticking. And he's coming for whomever was behind this whole sick bombing scheme. And from what we know, whomever that may be is sitting behind bars right now. So Will makes a quick visit to the prison to see the one man he knows in there that may be able to help him, but is also very sick in the head. The psycho serial killer from season 1 who tried to kill him, Angie, and had a thing going on with his mother, Lucy Morales. That's where the episode ended, and we're just going to have to pick up next week with season 2, episode 2. It's already off to a great start. If you're not watching, make sure you start watching so we can talk about it. It hit. It's approved.